Yo, what's up? This is Spike.
This is Drew.
Here's what's on tap for today's Showgram.
I had a big road trip, and I'm going to tell you all about it.
The Pick'em, oh my goodness, the Pick'em is going crazy this week.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, it is. We'll talk about that and more on 805 Live with Spike and Drew.
Broadcasting live from the Californian coast to Iowa. Wait, is that still a state? Two guys that have had more cocktails than Jenna Jameson.
Cookies and porn, you're the best mom ever.
Check the hands on the clock. It's 8:05 Live with Spike and Drew.
And you know why I picked that one this week, right?
No.
Well, didn't you and Jenna Jameson just have a conversation of sorts?
Jenna. Oh my goodness. She gets into so much. I don't know who's worse on the Twitters, her or Tila Tequila. Okay, I'll say something more.
Well,
did you say something?
It's good you say something more because I just started recording what we're doing here. So now.
do you want to start over?
Yeah, we're going to have to.
All right. Hey, what's up? This is Spike.
This is Drew.
Here's what's on tap for today's Showgram.
Oh, I took a big long road
Wait a
trip.
minute. Wait.
What did you do?
Boom.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Boy, you guys are getting a look behind the scenes right now. How to make a podcast.
It is. All right.
Or rather, how not to make a podcast.
Let's do this, pig.
Those damn peas, too, are just killing me. If I do pee, if I don't do it directly into the mic, if I do podcast, that's not so bad. So I'll just make sure.
Plosive.
What's that?
You're very plosive. All right, let's do a podcast.
Got it. Hey, what's up? This is Spike.
This is Drew.
Here's what's on tap for today's Showgram.
I took a big long road trip, and I'll tell you all about it.
The pro pick'em and the football is going crazy.
Yeah, not in a good way, and I'm sure you'll beat me up on it, but let's start a show.
Saddle up under the bar. It's 8:05 Live with Spike and Drew.
Broadcasting live from the Californian coast to Iowa. Wait, is that still a state? Two guys that have had more cocktails than Jenna Jameson.
Cookies and porn, you're the best mom ever.
Check the hands on the clock. It's 8:05 Live with Spike and Drew.
Hey, I bet you know why I picked that one for this week.
Jenna Jameson liked one of my tweets. That kind of made me go giddy.
Yeah, did you get a little twinkle in your eye or something?
Little bit, but I tell you, between her and Tila Tequila, I'm not sure who gets themselves into more online banter. My goodness.
You are the online banter whore, are you not?
I am a ninja when it comes to that. Like, if I'm going to talk smack about something or somebody, I usually get on the Twitters. I don't do it on Facebook as much, but
as much. Jesus Christ, I saw you throwing flames today.
What was I throwing flames at today?
I don't know. I just look at them and shake my head and keep moving anymore.
Oh, gosh. And so in one of the, okay, everybody drink. In one of the KISS groups that I belong to, the big to-do is being able to identify if an autograph is real or fake. And I'm of the ilk of, how can you tell? And two, wouldn't you just want to get it on your own? I mean, I'm buying on, I have perused eBay. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of autograph stuff out there. How do you know what's real and what's fake? And there's a handful of guys in this one group. Oh, I can tell the difference between the G in Gene's name and the P. And I was like, whatever, you guys.
Those guys are always geniuses on the interwebber net. Hey, but we need to open a bar, and I need to drink a shitty shot.
So you're drinking solo tonight because I am actually not feeling all that well. So I'm just going to be doing the Mountain Dew thing. when I was thinking about doing the show tonight, I was thinking, oh, got to drink. What the heck am I going to do? And it's like, you know what? I'm just going to own up to it. Sometimes you're not going to drink, and sometimes you won't drink, or whoever out there watching. Drink responsibly at all times, but yes.
We
Tonight,
require it.
What's that?
We don't require it, but I'm going to do a shot for here's my little buddy feeling better.
Oh, thank you, brother.
There, we got our bar sign lit up.
You know what we need, and I'll try to figure something out. We need a little, and this is funny because we just talked about it before we went on air, a little fill music there, because there's a little dead air there. And if we just had something, a bar open.
We always did our little intro bits after we did something, and then we could go back to doing that. We can mix it up. We're big kids. We can do what we want.
It's been almost a year. Can you believe that?
Yeah, that's nuts.
I love it. I really do. And for everybody who's been following us, love you guys for following us. Absolutely.
I think we went live. Wasn't that our New Year's resolution? We were going to come out of beta and start the show.
January 1, yep. Or I don't know if it was January 1st, but that
Whatever
first week in January.
Yeah.
Oh, Scoozy.
Scoozy.
Oh, with the Scoozy.
Oh, she's so silly, that Scoozy. Where do you want to
what's going on?
Big road trip for me.
Right. Let's do a bit of business first. Head on over to www.805liveshow.com. Check out where the podcasts live, and we also have a Facebook page if you're new to the show. I'm going to try to get this link out to some of those other places. One of the other kids
Twitter account in the U.S. I think.
One of the other KISS groups, somebody, I don't know, he must have saw my profile about the podcast, and he says, you know, are you still doing that podcast? And I said, yeah. He's like, maybe you guys drop me a line or drop a promo for me. And I said, yeah, sure, we could do that. Now I got to remember who it was, but people did it.
So that's why you're not drinking right now. I get it. You're trying to recover.
No, I'm not trying to recover. See, now you see, never mind. You're funny.
Your mother and I talked about this.
What's that? Ouch.
So anyhow, we have a potential promo. That's good. That would be good for our business.
Right. Just a little filler in that the time that we take the shot and get the sign on. And what was I? I was pulling up Yahoo.
Yahoo.
God, we share the same freaking brains sometimes.
Sometimes we do, and it's frightening.
Oh. Week 13. You want to play the little canned promo that we do?
I could go to week 10 or week 1. Let's go back to week 1.
256 games, 32 teams, and 2 of the hottest armchair quarterback podcasters worldwide. Week 1 had some big upsets. It's time for your Pro Pick'em update with Spike and Drew.
That's us.
That'd be us. Hey, I've got to preface this bit.
Yeah.
Story. So I'm sitting in a sports bar on Sunday watching the Packers, and I go to check my pick'em picks, and they're all blank.
So I noticed that there's a few of them, like King of Hearts and She-Wolf and Dad and Gonna Send You Home Crying. All those guys usually pick. I wonder if there was something amiss with Yahoo this week.
Well, and that's what I said to you is that, oh, Jesus Christ, did I take a digger? I said to you, it didn't save my picks. And you're like, yeah, you didn't hit the save button. But I did hit the save button. I did.
Of course I'm going to give you shit about that because I did it too.
Yeah, but you didn't make your picks. I actually made mine.
Well, and that's why I think there might have been something amiss.
Something screwy.
Something's a loopy.
Besides Mike Droopy.
Right. So, wowsy woo woo. What a hell of a week again.
Oh, sad, great week for my team, boy. I'll tell you what. Earl Thomas broke his leg, out for the season. He was so disgusted with the world, he sent out a tweet at halftime saying, out for the season, maybe forever. I don't know.
You say I have mood swings. Holy shit.
Oh, well, I can see where, you're a little invested in your career, and then you don't get to, I get it.
You got a boo-boo on your knee, and you're going to tweet out that you're done? What?
Okay,
Come on.
leg.
I don't even do that.
Well, when's the last time you broke your boo-boo on your knee?
Broke your boo-boo. Break your boo-boo.
No, I'll break it.
Anyway, it came down to what happened on the Monday night game again.
Did it really?
Well, I was up by one, and there was like two people behind me that were tied. And so I didn't know what they picked, but I thought I was going to go with the unusual call, and holy crap, the Jets got spanked hard.
Did they ever?
Oh.
Mary was not impressed. She thought she'd take a risk on the Jets too, but boy, did they ever lose their shit.
I stopped watching and went to bed because, like I said, I wasn't feeling that good last night. And so I was like, I don't know, 8:30, I think I was in bed because I was just done with that game. Holy crap.
We had it on for a little bit when we got home from the road trip, and I don't think I focused on a second of it, other than the fact that the Jets looked like dog ass.
And I was going to say, it's not necessarily that Indianapolis won the game as much as they freaking Jets just couldn't do nothing. They on offense or defense. So the breakdown is as such: 3-way tie for first, but the tiebreaker went to Loopy Smack Talker, Lisa from Omaha.
Tough all year,
right?
Absolutely.
Kiss My Ash. That's Mrs. Spike. She was in on the tie, so a little 3-way in the top. Hello. Taco and My Game Face Includes Mascara tied for 11 wins. Yoko Hono 10, and then Buddy Will, what's going on? I had a talk with Will. He wants to come on the show sometime.
Okay.
Which actually will be timely because Big Will is a huge Raiders fan, and a true Raiders fan at that. He's been through them through thick and thin. So that might be fun to have him on, especially if we get closer to the Super Bowl and maybe playoffs. That might be fun to have him on there. Martini Marauders. That's my buddy Drew. He got 4 wins. Yay.
Got your fucking pie hole, Yahoo. No. Yeah, something had to go haywire.
It had to have. If you're listening and you're playing the 805 Live group Pick'em, make sure you hit save and maybe even check it on game day or something.
Yeah, because just hitting save, apparently, not quite enough to get you where you need to be.
So year-to-date standings are as such. Your main man, Spike, in the lead by 1 with 123 wins for the season. Loopy Smack Talker, 122. Kiss My Ash, look at that, coming up from behind, so to speak, with a 114. Taco, 113. Martini, I don't know if there's much help for you there, brother. It's one at 112.
You know what? I was right up there with you before this week's fiasco.
Right, you were.
Yeah.
See? Cool.
So I've had it.
Before you get to that, while we're still on the football tip,
I'm quitting. I'm retiring. I broke my.
I know. Thursday is a big game.
Yeah.
Thursday is the Chiefs versus the Raiders at the Raiders or at the Chiefs, I think.
Gotcha.
And I have my Christmas party that night.
Well, you have a telephone. You can watch this stuff.
I want to watch it. So the phone will be off on Thursday.
This week also is a big week in the Drew household, where half the basement is a Seahawks basement, half the basement is a Packers basement. And both teams will be teeing off this week.
Oh, are they going against each other?
Yes, they are.
That is amazing.
Yes. Yeah, I believe they're teeing off on the frozen tundra.
Ooh, I like the snow games. I really do.
You know what? Watching the game this week, the Packers game, that's just how it ought to be right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, love it.
Who was it that one of the Packers guys made Snow Angel after the first touchdown?
Jordy Nelson, I think it was, caught a touchdown pass, did a Snow Angel, and that got shown. All the games are on all the TVs around us. I swear to God, every game cut to that at some point.
And Kaepernick.
Oh, that's a dirty, dirty word you say.
No yards, 3 complete passes, I think it was, and his rating was like a 53. For those of you who don't know, usually a quarterback rating is in the 80s on up.
Huh.
I don't know what.
He got himself snatched on up out the ball game.
I think he's going to get cut at the end of the year.
No, he's going to declare his free agency. He's going to opt out.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's got another year left.
For sure?
His option. Well, that's everybody that said anything has said that's the plan for him. And why he would do that, I don't know, because he's going to end up the Cleveland Browns quarterback, I think.
And I mean, call me crazy.
You're crazy.
I think the Cleveland Browns are doing this on purpose.
Well, my buddy Taco was pissed that the Bears managed to beat them because he figures they're screwing up their draft picks.
I think the Browns are legitimately cutting themselves this year because they want to be on a rebuild year.
You think the owner wants to move them? And do you think the salty manager, is taking off a piece of clothes every time they win?
You're going to throw in a major league freaking
They were Cleveland.
Okay.
There's a tie. Jesus.
I think they're looking to get the number 1 draft and then rebuild off of that.
And I don't even know who the number 1 draft pick would be this year. I haven't been following the college players too much. However,
what about Armstrong from Nebraska?
The high school player?
Is he really? Is he from high school?
No, dude, I'm just busting your nuts about Nebraska being a high school team.
Well,
so
did they make a bowl this year?
I think they made the Salty Nuts Bowl or something.
Your mom's box bowl.
Yeah, that's a hairy situation. So Sunday before all the games, did you notice the college playoff announcement?
No, are they in it? That's why I was asking. Say again?
Washington, however, is in the top 4. But my boys are in the playoffs.
I didn't know that you followed college ball that close.
No,
you're as much of a Washington fan as I am a Nebraska fan.
Right.
There you go.
Right.
We got that going for us.
And that's pretty good. Hey, I have a question.
Yes.
What time did we start our thingy dingy?
It was a skosh after 5 because we had to do a redo start.
Okay, so we've been running our thingy dingy for 16 minutes now. That means okay, I got it. So yeah,
for 16 minutes.
Yeah, that's how far we've been doing our thingy dingy.
Gotcha. Well, I figured, and since we could do the earlier broadcast, not that we have enough material to go longer than we need to, but since we got the late start, hopefully we got a few people watching. No, 0 viewers. Great.
Right, that's great. Well, maybe they'll catch us on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm not digging this light at all, brother. I got to figure something out about that.
If you're trying to find a light that makes you look good, you might want to try a black one.
You're funny. And getting those things that you have, the little square box lights, that might.
Well, they're umbrella-shaped box lights, but yeah.
Right, but they got the square ones that are supposed to be good quality.
Are you telling me that I don't look fabulous right now?
You look absolutely fabulous. You know what? That would help too. I was looking at the dark Yahoo thing, and if I have the white browser, that at least that fills it out a little bit.
Yeah, your Phil browser.
My Phil browser. Hi, my name's Phil Browser, coming at you.
From W Twisted P.
W Twisted. Oh my God, that was hilarious. So, Buddy Drew puts out a Facebook post the day before Thanksgiving, or maybe it was Thanksgiving. What mall was it?
Oh, now you're gonna put me on the spot. It was the
West End something.
I'll have to look now, but go ahead. Continue. Story.
So my initial, when I first looked at it, I thought, oh no, was there a shooting or was there something?
What I said was,
you got it?
I'll get to it. And since nobody's listening, I can do it slowly now.
Well, you were telling me to talk, so I was talking.
Yeah. Let's all pause for a moment to remember the Pinedale Mall shopping disaster.
So I read that. He writes, it's all paused for the Pinedale. And I'm like, oh, shit.
What happened?
What happened? I'm like, oh, no. I'm like hitting the Googles and stuff, and then I couldn't find anything. So I said, what? I don't know. I don't know what exactly I said, but I'm like, what are you talking about? And did you say, or maybe I didn't do the Googles. Maybe you said Google it or something like that.
Yeah, I did. I told you to Google it.
And I hit the Google, and sure enough, the WKRP episode where it's not Herb Tarlick. It's,
Mr.
Station
Manager at any rate.
What is it? What's his name?
Now you
can't remember either. You're trying to make it like you're all cool, but you don't know the name either.
Had you not asked, I could have told you Dr. Johnny Fever.
It's not. No, that's not Johnny Fever either.
Calling you Johnny Fever.
Well, that I am. It's such a great name.
Isn't it?
I love that.
That is the bomb. So anyhow, yeah, that was the episode where they kicked the turkeys out of the helicopter on Thanksgiving.
We're gonna get the cast here for you in just a second.
Just a second.
Les Nessman.
That's the newsman.
That's who. Yeah, that's who I'm talking about.
Bringing you the news.
I miss that show.
Yeah.
Bring it to Netflix and put the original music in it, please.
Wouldn't that be great?
Gordon Jump, Howard Hessman. What happened to Gary Sandy?
Oof. Gary looking a little rough.
Yeah. And didn't Tim Reed just pass away?
Yeah, I think he did. He just did pass away.
Like
3 weeks ago, something like that.
Something like that.
Maybe a month.
Tim Reed was who was he? Well, maybe he's not dead. Who was the black dude that just died from some show?
Oh, that narrows it down. Ask Siri. Siri, who was the black
dude that just died?
Yeah.
Oh, I heard the garage door.
Someone opening the door. So are we done castifying this?
We can be if you want.
I don't care. We can do whatever we want to do because we're big.
Right, because we're cool like that. I was waiting to see. Hello? Hello? We went on early. We're on right now. But you can have some of the tri-tip. I didn't make any beans yet. Because that's what your wife wants when you get home. Make me dinner, Moy.
Moy?
Boy. It's supposed to be man and boy, and I couldn't pick a hole.
You nailed it.
I couldn't pick a hole.
That's different than usual when you don't have an opportunity at a hole.
I know.
Yeah. That's what that is.
So back live, because it drove me crazy last week to not be live and not have video. It was just Drew and I hanging out, and he was all laying back in his chair being all cool, and it was just weird. So if you're watching, we appreciate you.
Yeah, we do.
But little buddy went on a trip and got no video, which for a moment. Let's talk about that.
Well, I did get little snippets of traffic video, but once I got to my trip, the camera kind of got sat down and there wasn't a whole lot more came of it. So sorry about it.
You got to make time.
How much video did you take on your casino trip? Haha.
I took some of the dog jumping from bed to bed. Touche. So anyway, so Branson, Missouri. What happened in Branson?
Well, I'll take her from the top, if I may.
Yes, you may.
Yes, I may. So we took off, must have been 10:30 Friday morning, which is a dandy time to start a trip because we didn't have to get up at the crack of dawn, rush out, blah, blah, blah. We got to do our thing, get going. It was great. By the way, took the Fancy Dan cooler on its test run, and it was the bomb.
The what cooler?
Yeti type Arctic.
Oh, nice.
5 days kind of deal. Yeah.
All right.
Only downside to that thing is it weighs 25 pounds all by its damn self.
Jeez.
Yeah. So it takes 2 men and a boy to get it into the car, but it's nice. It will keep shit cold your whole damn trip. So we jump in the car and off we go. 7.5 hour drive. Stopped in Omaha to pick up some fish for dinner that night. So that's an hour and a half into the trip. Jumped back in the car and drove.
So on a 7.5 hour trip with you, Yoko, and the Chitlins.
Oh,
it's just the two of you.
Yeah.
Do you guys talk or do you listen to music or
Didn't say a word to each other the whole time?
Say it in? Didn't say a word
to each other the whole time.
Oh, man.
Well, luckily XM will save you. And we were flipping channels pretty steady the whole time. Almost got killed in Kansas City. That was exciting.
Did you talk bad about the Chiefs or something?
No, that wasn't it. What it was Ray went to put it in the right lane, and out of the corner of my eye, I see a big ass white fender in the window. I'm like, hey, whoa, hey.
Racist.
Well, could have been an orange fender for the purposes of this story. It really doesn't matter. So that kept us awake the rest of the way. Yeah. And naturally, we get to the scenic part of the trip about the time it gets dark. So, yeah. But have you ever been to Branson?
I have not. I don't think the furthest east, let me rephrase that. The furthest east I've ever been, I think, is like Spirit Lake.
Okay, well, it's south, not east. It's in Missouri.
Yeah, but
south of Kansas.
Isn't it east, though, also?
Maybe a little, yeah. Some.
So regardless of where I am, north and south, it's still, I'm not that far. I haven't gone that far east.
So you've never done a show in New York City?
New York City?
Get a rope.
There you go.
Yeah. I have history with Branson. My brother used to live in Ozark, Missouri, which is just a little bit north of Branson. So visiting him, you got to go to Branson. So we go to Branson, have dinner, come back. But I've been there. Been 20 years, 15 years, whatever. But I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
And on the internets, before we go, I think I mentioned this last week on the show. A lot of people were telling us how, Branson, that's the Disneyland for adults. Nope, that's Las Vegas, folks. Branson is not Disneyland for adults.
Yeah, there's stuff in Vegas that I'm guessing they don't have in Branson, Missouri.
Well, if they do, they don't talk about it.
Don't ask, don't tell. Is that what you're saying?
It's possible. But everything that happens in Branson, you can tell people. It doesn't need to stay in Branson. Nobody's flying out of Branson all sad because they spent their last dime in the casino.
You just wrote their new slogan. Happens in Branson can be shared with everybody.
Yeah, all the time.
You're welcome, Branson.
Yep. So the first night we get there, we're staying in a timeshare. Her mom and dad have a timeshare. So this thing's kind of cool. It's got one bedroom down, living room, kitchen, one bedroom up, and then there's an additional bedroom with the double-sided door, where both sides lock and two doors, which is where we were.
Okay.
And her brother and his girlfriend were there, and her mom and dad were there, and then she and I were there. Grilled steaks first night, grilled some fish, just kind of hung out. Didn't go anywhere the first night, just settled in. And the next day, we had tickets to a show called Moses. Now, don't belittle, because Ray Ray's mom wanted to see Moses, and we were all very interested in also seeing Moses.
Well, weren't you around when Moses was alive?
I stood guard at the Last Supper, I believe.
There you go.
So that was after Moses, but before, now.
Oh, okay.
At any rate.
Anyhow.
At any rate, yes. So we get to the Sight and Sound Theater, which is immense. This thing's huge. It's full balcony. I'm guessing it seats probably 5,000.
Wow.
Big theater, and it's full.
Full to the rim?
Yeah. I looked up in the balcony. It was full.
Okay.
So.
Is it a musical?
Yep.
Okay.
I didn't realize there was so much singing and dancing in ancient Egypt, but apparently there was.
Well, come on. A musical is a musical. They just break out into song for whatever reason.
Yep, they do that. And this was a musical with live animals, might I add.
Oh, my.
They had horses and llamas.
Llama.
They had sheep and goats and camels.
The Dalai Lama.
Yeah, I said llama.
The big hitter. Big hitter to the Lama.
Shitty tipper.
It was going on the looper. Looper.
But this
bonus points to anybody who knows what what we were just doing.
No. But well, here let's do this. I see we're at our halfway, and I need to wet my whistle. So get your Mountain Dew ready, and let's do another shooter.
Spit and shot, Bubba.
Bob. Yeah, here's the dust spitting Bubba. So Moses starts. You're warned to stay in your seats for the whole production. Because you really don't want to be getting in the aisles when the horses are running up and down the aisle. Not
real horses?
Real horses.
Oh, man.
Yeah, these are real horses. And the stage and the sets were amazing. Honestly, I mean, there was some money sunk into this stuff. Apparently, like 42 semi-loads of stuff goes into this show.
42?
Yeah.
You just making that number up?
No, they talk about this. It's part of the show's lore.
Okay, the lore.
The lore of the show.
Lore of the show. That's like Lord of the Rings, but different.
Of the show, which would have been possibly more entertaining, but who knows?
Nice.
And the show starts, and Moses is in his little papyrus boat floating down the Nile or whatever river it was. I don't know. And we're sitting there. Bear in mind, Ray and I are not particularly religious folk. Her brother.
But you're spiritual, though.
Say what you will.
But you're spiritual.
I am not particularly either of those things, actually.
Really?
Really. I tend to lean more towards science. At any rate, does not matter.
Anyhow.
Well-staged show. A little corny at times. For example, Moses was running across all of Egypt, running in place with the scenery behind him changing. That was...
No way.
Yeah, way.
God, why do you... If you have that big of a professional show, that's how you're going to visualize him running?
It could have been maybe done better. I'm just saying.
You think?
I think.
Anyhow.
And I'm looking about during the show thinking, everybody here maybe has different beliefs than I do. It's possible. Because at the parts where I'm thinking to myself, man, that's some goofy ass shit. I apparently, and those sitting next to me were the only people thinking that. It occurred to me because everybody else was wrapped. But hey, I'm not. I knock no one for their beliefs. Do as you.
The rapture were they?
They looked as much attention as they would pay as to a sale at Walmart. I'm gonna say. So, little intermission. The show goes on, and at the end, my particular favorite part was at the end when Moses says, "We'd like to thank you for staying for this production, and if you would like, the cast and crew will be available to pray with you in the lobby after the show."
Now, how do you not whip out your camera when this happens?
Well, you're not allowed to whip out your camera. It's against the rules.
Well, after the show in the lobby to pray.
I got out of there as quick as my heathen hide could get.
You heathen.
I am a heathen.
Oh, my goodness. You wearing your short sleeves and your full pants.
No, I was wearing my Christmas sweater, my deer with beers. See? Right here. I'm rocking it right now. Look, see
have it on?
Deer holding 2 beers.
Oh, my God. That's awful.
That's wonderful. And I got it as a Christmas present, and I love it. I have socks that match.
Did your pseudo mother-in-law give it to you, or who gave it to you? I
assume so. It was a lovely gift as well, and I like it. Keep it warm as we speak. Don't. You're turning into a hateful man, and I find this sweater to be lovely.
I apologize. I do not mean to come off hateful, but I'm surprised to see somebody of your lack of spiritualness wearing that. No,
well, it's a deer holding a beer. It's not Christ taking a piss.
Well, there's.
I mean,
Oh, which is one of the lesser known parts of the Bible.
Well,
hey, I'm gonna let you part this sea, but God dang, I got to do this a second.
Well, if you make that much water into wine, you're going to have to go at some point. It's just this. So that was that night. And then immediately following that night, following that show, it's, hey, let's go to the Tanger Mall outlet and get our Christmas shopping done, because we're going to do a gift exchange and everybody's going to shop there. So we immediately drove to the outlet malls.
So did you go to a matinee then?
No. Our show started at 6:30, I think. So we went shopping after the show.
So 6:30, 2.5 hour show with intermission, probably that gets you around 6, 7, 8, about 9 o'clock.
Yep.
And you're going to the outlet mall at 9 o'clock.
You bet your ass we did.
I'm just trying to paint the picture for everybody listening.
That's what we did. So we go to the outlet mall, get our Christmas shopping done, and then go snuggle into bed for the next day of fun and frivolity. So,
well, who did Yoko snuggle with?
That would be me, you big
damn. Gotcha.
Big damn dummy.
Big damn dummy.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, let's see.
To coin one of your phrases, can I just add?
Yes.
Can I just say?
Yes.
Miraculously tenfold your storytelling this week.
Gonna finish your thought there, or you're just gonna look good in your matching microphone, earphone, shirt?
I know you like that.
Yeah.
I threw a little shade your way because you were trying to tell a story last week, and it was just kind of like, so we did this, and then we did this, and then this happened, and this, and then that's it. And I'm like,
no, I believe that was not the case. I was animated as could be. I just didn't take a half hour to talk about going to 7-Eleven like some hosts of this show.
I likes me to 7-Eleven taquitos.
Who's listening? I'm gonna talk about it.
They got this green chili taquito, boy. Oh,
Dude, you have issues.
and
Seriously, you have issues.
anyway, no, I appreciate it. No, I appreciate the story. So go.
So that's the first full day in Branson Town.
Anything fun about the gift exchange? That has piqued my
We haven't
interest.
gotten to that point yet, have we?
Oh, we haven't.
No, so you just need to bide your time, my young friend. The next day, was it the next day? The next day, Ray had gotten us tickets to a Motown show. She likes Motown. I like Motown. Her mom and dad like Motown. Her brother and his girlfriend, they can like Motown.
Do people in Branson know what people of color look like?
I know several of them
Okay.
do, because I have personal experience with this.
When you say Branson, Missouri, in my head, I envision a lot of Trump supporters.
Well, I tried to get a picture of the God Bless Trump billboard, but it snapped the pic, and we had to go on in traffic.
Did it really say that?
Really did.
Oh, my goodness.
And now that the election's over, we can dip our toe into this well a little bit. I think that most of the people who voted for Trump think he's just like us. He's good. Fuck no, he's not. Trump is nothing like you people. Not even a little bit.
But he's going to get rid of them foreigners that don't belong here. He's
right, yeah, except for the ones that take care of his white marble and gold penthouse.
Yeah, it's a heck of a thing.
It is a heck of a thing, and I'm sure we'll have more to say as the years grind on.
Grinder.
So back to Branson. I really need to discuss this. The first show I told you was in a huge state-of-the-art theater, right?
Yes.
And that's sort of what we were expecting. And Branson's kind of like Nashville in that there's lots of shows. It's a big, give me a beat, a snappy beat. Yeah, lots of stuff.
Hello, my honey. Hello, my darling.
Hello, my ragtime gal. So we've got our tickets in hand, and we drive, and I've got Waze open. And it takes us to where this next show is the next night. And, well, here's problem number one, that we have a parade between us and the theater.
Oh, my.
So we march down to the parade. See what I did there?
See, no, that's funny. There, too, that would have been a great opportunity for some video. Just saying.
That would have been a great opportunity for the video. So we march down to the parade, and then we think, how are we going to get across? So we wait for the marching band to march past, this first marching band. Oh, and Moses and Miriam were there from the show. They were standing in the back of a pickup. No, they were. They were standing in the back of a pickup, waving and turning pages of this huge Bible. Was their gig. So the marching band marches by, and we walk across the parade route, and we march down the road, and then up this big ass hill, and then around, where it occurred to us if we had just gone out of the parking lot the other way and up the street, we would have been right there in about tenth of the time.
Oh, no. So you literally walked the rest of the way?
Well, we walked around a block that we didn't have to really walk around, and through a parade route we didn't really have to walk through. But we're strangers in town. We don't know. So we get to where the theater is, only it's just a downtown setting. It's not. Just imagine any little downtown you've ever been in. It's like that.
Are you talking like Yankton downtown or smaller?
Just like that. And we walk past this place, only that's it. So we walk back, and it's like a little cafe.
Oh,
There's a counter in the back,
oh, no.
and little tables, And we walk in there because that's what it says it is. And this lady who smelled like sausage.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm serious. She literally smelled like sausage.
Celebrity she most resembled.
The coach from Glee, if you were to take her and put on 30 years
Okay.
and 60 pounds.
1. Okay. 2, I think it's funny that you just did a Glee reference because I got no idea. I've never watched Glee, but apparently you feel strongly about Glee.
Jane, what's her name?
Weedmeyer or something like that?
Yeah, doesn't matter.
All right.
So anyhow, the sausage smelling lady says, we might have to start 10, 15 minutes late so everybody can get here because of the parade. Because the parade's going right in front of their building. Okay, so we sit down and Ray Ray's brother goes and gets a mocha coffee, which turns out is just a regular coffee with some hot cocoa ground up in the grounds.
Don't knock that now.
Apparently it tasted a lot like ass.
Oh, well, when I do it with the Keurig, I use the vanilla creme brulee and then the Swiss
Oh,
Miss.
yeah, but you're uppity.
Because I use the Keurig.
There ain't no uppity in the Bransons.
No Keurigs in Branson.
Well, there might be. Maybe in the outlet mall for sale. So
I love it. I love it. I love it.
finally, about 7:15, show's supposed to start at 7, the fellas got there. And we could start the show.
The fellas.
So this lady goes to this counter, opens these doors, and in we walk, all 30 or 40 of us. And the best way I can describe this theater is to say it looks like a downtown building with no furniture or walls, rows of purple seats. No, it's not sloped. It's not like a real theater.
Right.
And a little half moon about 10 feet across wood stage with some pink glittery curtains behind them. This literally.
So you were in Oakland?
Kind of, yeah. Kinda. And I'll tell you, what honestly it put me in the mind of was a porn theater.
Oh, my.
Honest to God, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm sure you've seen them in picture books.
Okay. So was it a cafe or is the coffee thing kind of an incidental?
No, it's in the next building. That's how you get in the next half of the building, whatever.
So in the room that you were in, it was just kind of empty. Yeah, I'm envisioning a big loft area.
No,
Okay.
no. Rows of chairs in this, I don't know, 60 by 35 room and this little stage area. And a couple JBLs hanging from the ceiling. Jibbles. And the production that we had just been to the night before would lend one to think that this was going to be, but it wasn't.
Right.
It wasn't.
Oh.
It was 4 dudes and a chick who came out individually and sang to karaoke tracks. Yeah.
Okay.
And they're right there and they're shaking hands with you and singing to you. And
Are they
I
preaching?
gotta say, I can imagine nothing more difficult than being alone on a stage with nothing but a microphone, nobody behind you, doing your thing. I can imagine that would be terrifying, and they were the bomb at it.
Was
In my mind,
for the location, was it full?
no, there were 4 rows of full.
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah.
That's tough.
That's tough. Yeah.
I performed for that number before, and that can be a little rough.
Yeah. And to their credit, they did a fine job. I was probably the 4th youngest person in the building.
Oh,
Ray, her brother, and his girlfriend being the other 3 that would be younger than me. So that was the 4 of us were the youngest in the building. Let's see. How best to describe. Yeah, not nearly the production that the night before was, I got to tell you.
what about I got a little feedback there. Sorry. What about ticket price compared to Moses?
I have no idea on either of those because I wasn't involved. I think the timeshare comped the Motown tickets in return for a 2-hour upsell visit that her mom and pop had to suffer through the next day or the day after or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't mind saying that with your pretty in-depth description, I don't think I'm going to be very hasty to go out and plan a Branson trip.
How can I put this best? Good call.
Okay.
But honestly, there are other things at Branson that would have been more entertaining. The Chinese acrobats, for example, would have been more fun. We just didn't choose perhaps the best events. They've got Dollywood. They've got an Excalibur where you eat turkey legs and fling them on the floor, and there's jousting. There's all that kind of thing.
Wait. You eat turkey legs and throw it on the floor? What?
Well, it's like the jousting show, the Excalibur. You know what I'm talking about.
All right.
Yeah. There are other shows that perhaps might have been more entertaining than Motown. Perhaps. It had some highlights that were better than the rest of it, but it never really. And during the show, I'm thinking to myself, okay, so you've got in Vegas, you've got the look. In Vegas, you're going to have a Motown show, and I guarantee you've been to Vegas, you've been to shows, you know what I'm talking about. Production would have been top notch. There would have been singers there that could make it on the radio pretty much no problem, and it's going to be a hell of a show.
I would guess that the off the strip entertainment would probably have a little bit more production value than the off the strip in Branson.
It's likely, yes. So I'm thinking, okay, so you've got that, you've got Nashville, you've got St. Louis, you've got all these places where you could be in this type of show, New York, off Broadway, whatever. And then you have a 60-person room in downtown Branson singing to karaoke music.
Did they invite anybody to get up and sing along?
Thankfully, no, but they did invite people to stand up and do the twist. And oh my God, enough sing-alongs that it just had to stop.
Not the Beatles twist, correct?
Chubby Checker twist.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And the first song was from 1962. Let me take you back to 1962. And he's got his microphone and he walks down to the crowd. He said, "What were you doing in 1962? And what were you doing in 1962? And he gets to Ray Ray. What were you doing in 1962?
Oh, no,
I had not really been born then. And I got to give dude credit because he did not look sheepish at all. He just said, all right. I suppose you weren't born then either. I said, no, sir. And he just moved on.
Yeah, that's a you need to know your crowd when you go out and do something like that.
Yeah. and then to top it all off, although they did the temptation bit at the end, the show ender was pretty good. You know, that temptation dance. It was pretty good. The four fellas did the temps. That was all right. But then we had to get gas and some booze for the remainder of our evening in the second half of the wonderful Seahawks game. And we pull into Come and Go, and I go in to get gas.
Such an awful name.
Terriblest name. A lot of humor in that, though.
And they're all over the Midwest, aren't they?
All over.
And they spell, and for those of you California people listening right now, they spell it K-U-M and go.
And go.
Terrible.
Yeah, like that. Just one consonant away. Oh my gosh. We are full up on that recorder. Good thing we have two. So anyhow, I'm in getting a case of water and some booze, and I get back to the car, and Ray Ray says, well, that just killed all the magic. What did? She said, I just saw the guy that did the Stevie Wonder impression in a broke-ass minivan.
No.
Wearing baggy-ass sweats and a natty-ass white T-shirt.
Oh no.
Yes, after my bubble is burst, she told me.
The magic is gone.
The thrill is gone.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some.
Right?
Yeah.
That's outstanding. That was Sunday. Was that 2 days ago? 3 days ago?
That was Saturday. No.
No, you're right. Sunday. You said you watched the Seahawks game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Sunday during the day, we hung out at the sports bar, watched all sorts of football, ate all sorts of bar snacks. That was fantastic. Except for the part where I texted you and said, my goddamn picks. But yeah, that was Sunday.
One of these days, I'm going to put the hot light on you and try to get you to remember the recipe for the wings that we did when we worked at the Cockatoo.
Oh, I could write that recipe out easily, my brother.
I've asked you before, and you say you don't remember.
But I do remember, and I just won't tell you.
I know it's got like butter and something, and because the butter always threw me. I didn't understand that, and then you said it's to stick to the wings, right?
Frank's Louisiana hot sauce,
right?
Margarine,
right?
Garlic powder, onion powder,
right?
Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah, I that's pretty much what I made last night, and it wasn't the same.
I'm a better cook than you are.
Oh my god. I don't even have a word right now because you're as high as draft pussy thinking that. I don't know. I mean, we got to figure out a way to do that sometime. Maybe if you ever visit here, maybe we'll do that.
Get your deep fryer out.
Okay. Let me tell you a little story about the Spike family deep fryer. It's only like 3 wings. So like 3 wings down like 15 minutes. There's no 3 wings, and I'm like, oh my god!
Eat the 3 wings while you're waiting for the next 3 to cook. Looking at you like you're a dick.
I know. I've tried them in the pressure cooker.
Yeah.
But doing them in the pressure cooker, it makes them too wet.
Oh, gotcha.
And I know that's a funny thing. Say again?
Do you have a gas stove or an electric stove?
Gas, I'm guessing.
Your stove, does it have flames on top?
Flamey, yep.
Yeah, then I'm guessing you're right. It's gas. Right. Yeah, get a big old Dutch oven and do it in that.
I know, but I like the sizzle.
Yeah, a Dutch oven full of oil, you deep fry in that Dutch oven on the stovetop.
Really?
Yeah, really. You could do that.
That wouldn't make a friggin' mess everywhere?
You put a screen on the top of it. The little round screeny dude with a handle.
So not only do I need a Dutch oven, but I've also contemplated getting a cast iron skillet.
I love cast iron. I cook the shit out of things in cast iron.
But I looked at the care of a cast iron skillet.
Yeah.
God damn, man, there's a lot to that.
There ain't shit to it. All you got to do is cook on it.
You got to oil it and rub it down and then cook and then oil it.
Rub it down.
Right.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Actually, cast iron is the easiest shit in the world to take care of. It honestly, God is. I could do a whole show on how cool cast iron is.
But that would actually help.
Once you cook on it, you turn on your hot water, you brush it off, and then you get paper towels, wipe it off, and you're pretty much done. It's the easiest thing in the world.
So you leave the sentiment on it?
The sediment?
Sentiment. Did I say sentiment? I did, didn't I?
You leave the lovely intentions on it. Yes, you do.
I love you, Pan.
You shouldn't do that till it cools off, though, because it'd be like licking a frozen flagpole. Your lips would stick to it.
Yeah, especially if it was hot. Ouch.
That's my point.
So
it takes a little starting up. You got to oil them and heat them up a couple times when you first get them. But really, you just cook on them, rinse them off, put them in the drawer.
That just seems like it would be
Unsanitary?
no. I just
Because cook on it the next time, it's going to be a good 350 degrees.
how do
All
you
going to be dead.
how do you get stuff not to stick on them then?
What happens is, as you cook on them, the oils harden into the cast iron and gets this really fine carbon coating that is slicker than nonstick. And it just shit does not stick to it. Like my little cast iron skillet, I can cook eggs on it all day. Nothing sticks.
Nothing's. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be a future purchase.
And they're cheap.
And you want to get the big one usually. If you're going to get it, you got to get a good size one, right?
I've got a 10-inch that I cooked for the two of us on. I would like a 12-inch.
Hey now, 10-inch.
Who wouldn't?
You're funny.
Funny, strange, not haha.
Too good. Good stories from Drew today, boy. I'm liking that.
Yep. So we got back from Branson about, I don't know, 8:00 at night. And as soon as we get here, Ray says, "Is that the Popo 2 doors up?" Yep, it's the Popo 2 doors up. There's a burglary.
Oh no.
2 doors up, and then at 1:30 in the afternoon, apparently there had been some other kind of ruckus on the block. And 2 days before, there had been some car chase that stopped half a block down from the block. So it was apparently quite the ruckus up in here while we were gone.
The ruckus. That's funny.
There was a ruckus.
We've talked about, and people fans of the show will know that one of our favorite shows is The West Wing. But one of my secret favorite shows is Cops.
Oh, you redneck bastard.
And Cops, there's an updated one. It's like Cops Exposed, not Exposed. That's really good. But then I just saw on A&E, I think it was A&E, Live PD, and it comes on Friday nights, and it goes on.
Is that the one where they have like 14 different departments all being filmed at once?
Yes.
I saw a preview for that.
Oh, my Lanta. I loved it.
Good stuff.
They do say some of it is pre-recorded, which is fine because I suppose they can't have stuff happening at every minute. But if you go with the premise, if you take them for their word for what they're doing, the host literally has they got TV crews all throughout, the United States or whatever. And so I suppose somebody tells the producer, hey, go to Atlanta. They got a thing going on. Wow. And it was like I said, 3 hours, I think it was the other night, maybe 2, but still, it
was good.
Oh, that was a lame one.
So here's the trivia question. Let's put Spike on the spot. The Cops theme is performed by
Bad Brains.
Negative.
Bet me.
Circle. With a Y.
No. Did you just look it up?
No, I didn't just look it up. I just have this.
No, I think you're wrong. Oh, wait. Maybe it's not Bad Brains. Cops theme song. Inner Circle.
Circle, told you.
Inner Circle.
Circle. Yep.
Circle.
Bad brains, you and your bad. You got a bad brain.
Cops.
You give brains a bad name.
TV show. Now it's going to kill me figuring out what that other goddamn Cops show is called. Yeah, and of course they don't have it.
Damn it.
It's on CMT, so it's got to be good, right?
Got to be good, right?
What is it?
Oh, let's see here.
According
to the Facebook Spike, your stripper name is the color of your underwear and the last thing that you ate. So what's your stripper name, buddy?
I'm Black Tri-Tip.
Huh. Apparently I'm green salmon.
Nice. Reception, film, see also. Impact of filming, no. Home media. Cops Reloaded. There it is.
Okay.
I think
You follow Cops, then you probably down with the controversy that's followed Cops and cameramen getting shot and all that kind of happy shit.
No, I haven't heard of that.
Occasional bad things happen. I don't have details. I just thought I'd throw it out there.
Nice.
Yeah. One of the things.
So let's play a game. It's about that time, yo.
We do? You want to play? Would you like to play a game?
Yes, Dave. Let's play a game.
Let's play this game.
He's got curly hair and tattoos too. Let's all do a shot and stump Drew.
That's you. Everybody's favorite game next to Stump Spike is Stump Drew.
Yes.
Last time we tried this, I was incredibly stoned, and so we really didn't get through because we got through part of the questions, and all of a sudden we had a guest pop up on the thing.
Let's be honest. You were medically incapacitated.
Oh, I was outie, and I still haven't watched that episode, man, because
like Joe Rogan says, it's 10 times more powerful.
That's a great clip. Oh my God. When I first saw that clip, laugh so hard. So in this version, ladies and gentlemen, what we do is we put Mr. Drew on the spot, a lot like the whole Family Feud quick money thing. See if he can get the topmost answer to some of these questions. Now, I think I need to get Siri, or maybe not Siri. I'll just get the timer. And the only bad thing about it is we want to have the timer sound, so that might be something that I'll have to work on.
Have your ticky-tacky?
Timer. We'll go 1 minute.
1 minute.
1 minute. So I'm going to read a question, start the timer, and then we'll see how far we can get. How's that?
Do this.
Okay. Question number 1. Besides the teacher, name a job at high school.
Custodian.
Name a reason kids give for not finishing their dinner.
It tastes like shit.
Name something men do when they start to go bald. Oh, God.
Oh, come over.
Tell me something old MacDonald had on his farm.
Duck.
Name the one thing you dread about going to the doctor.
That'd be the one finger salute.
Name an occasion or event after which you might be broke going to bed.
Christmas.
Nice.
I was gonna say strip club.
Name a university famous for its great football team.
Alabama.
Alabama. Name a famous masked man.
Zorro.
Name something people handle with care.
Packages.
like my old timer sounder.
It would be wrong of me to say it sounded gay, but it sounds definitely Metro.
Right. Whatever you do, don't call it gay.
No, because that would be incorrect.
Okay.
Actually,
Okay.
all the people I know would think that sounds terrible too. So
there we go. That was a good round. Let's see how you did.
let's see how I did.
Question number 1 was, besides the teacher, name a job at high school, and you said
Custodian.
janitor. Number 1 answer.
Yay, me.
Hey. Name a reason kids give for not finishing their dinner. You said
Tastes like shit.
That would be answer number 3, dislike it.
What was the number 1
Answer number 1 is they are full.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Name something men do when they start to go bald. You said
The comb over.
was answer number 2. Number 1 answer was wear a hat.
Gotcha. You marking down
something old MacDonald had on his farm. You said
a duck. Are you marking down my points?
I'm not.
You bastard. I said a duck.
But you're right. We should do that. We still haven't perfected this game yet, but I've been playing it. You said duck. Duck was the number 4 answer. Number 1, pig.
Pig.
Name the one thing you dread about going to the doctor.
That'd be the one finger salute.
I sorry to say, did not make this list. The number one answer was the wait.
So I have to interrupt here.
Please.
I saw this little meme today on the Face Place, and it was, what's the last thing you want to hear when you go to the proctologist and say, where should I put my pants?
Oh, I saw this. What is it? God dang it.
Over there by mine.
I like that one.
That's of memes. That's one of my favorites.
Right. Name an occasion or event after which you might be broke. You said.
Well, I meant to say strip club, but what I said was Christmas.
Christmas was the number 3 answer. Number 1, wedding.
What?
What?
Whatever. You don't pay strippers at weddings. Generally.
Because their pasties keep falling off. Name a university famous for its great football team. You said Alabama. Did not make the list. Number 1, Notre Dame.
Okay.
Name a famous masked man. You said
Zorro.
Zorro. Number 1 answer.
Yay.
Yay.
Lord.
Final question. Name something people, quote, handle with care. You said
My package.
packages was number 6 on the list.
Holy Jesus.
Number 1 would be babies.
Well, that's important to you, I suppose.
I tell you, it's a fun little game, man. I really
Tell them what they've won.
Tell them what they've won.
I ain't won shit.
This is a whole great Drew episode. I dig it. I'm loving it.
Well, I did a little. Hey, Vinny's showing some love for the show. I like that.
Big Vinny, how you doing, bro?
Yup, as I make my way back through the tweets.
So I'm gonna take a look. See if I can look out the door here real quick. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I've told you that Kiss is playing in Reno.
Everybody drink. Yep.
Huh? Yeah, everybody drink. Oh no, not that one.
Yes, in Reno.
Did we talk about that on the last episode or no?
A little bit. Yep.
So I'm gonna go with the big package.
You're gonna find a fellow with a big package?
No, I'm going with the big Kiss package.
What's the big package get us?
The big package is going to get us third row seat.
Yep.
Intro to the pre-show acoustic set.
Yep.
And then a meet and greet.
Do you know beforehand if Mr. Day will be signing anything before the show?
Yes, Mr. Day will be signing something before the show. And if I gotta see, yeah. There's a lot of planning going on because this is a big deal to me because I don't know if these guys are going to be around much. I'm going to go see Peter, Chris in January, Ace Frehley in February, and then these guys in April. So it's a big deal. It's going to be a huge 6 months.
Sure.
So there's an artist by the name of David Wilkerson.
What was he formerly known as?
I don't know. What the fuck? And he does some amazing artwork. And out of just throwing it up, seeing what sticks, I sent him a tweet saying, hey, if I were to get one of these prints, what's the best for autographs? And he, shockingly, I was surprised that he responded, and he said that, well, the canvas is usually the best, but, you could go with da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
So the print, I'll post it on the 805 site. And we've talked a little bit about, I may have a little bit of a problem with eBay.
Might, maybe.
I'm trying to be better about it. I really am. And Mrs. Spike's been real great. And, just kind of waved the finger a couple times and deservedly so. I'm not even going to clown. I mean, yeah. So I'm trying to figure out the best way. Oh, that was a burp.
Up to bar. I think everybody knows this.
The best way to utilize getting these signatures, because I'm going to be meeting the 4 original guys somehow within this 4-month period.
Right.
And I saw this painting and it's really, really well done. It's like these columns of just like one part of their eye.
Okay.
Did I send it to you?
No, you have not.
Okay. So I'll post it on the 805 Facebook page. And like I said, I was just shocked that he responded to my tweet. And so I sent him back. I said, thanks for saying something. I know that your time's important, blah, blah, blah. He says, no problem. He says, if you want to buy anything, here's a code for 25% off or whatever. I'm like,
oh, nice.
So in light of all the eBay spending I've done, I went ahead and bought this 24 by 36.
So you mean in spite of the eBay spending?
Right. What did I say?
In light of.
In light of, in spite
What you
of.
really meant was in addition to.
And like I said, I've got kind of a tally up, and as much as some of it is supposed to be like a Christmas gift or whatever, I'm still going to, pay a little bit back into what I've been spending, because
right.
This stuff is my gig. She
could not give a shit less.
Right. Kind of like you.
Right.
But this is going to be amazing.
You could watch Game of Thrones with a girl. You could pay her back a little bit.
Oh, okay. If I knew that would be a kicker in this, I would do that. But when she watches those shows and when she listens to her audiobooks, her fantasy audiobooks or whatever, the swashbuckling Vikings or whatever they are. Now, don't say that because she'll get mad. She got mad at me when I called it that the other night.
I watched that shit. I'm right there with her. I don't think she's going to get mad at me.
Gotcha.
If you're on the inside, you can call it dragon porn.
Okay. Okay, that's not what I heard in my head, but that's even funnier. So
I don't even want to know what you heard in your head.
So I in this painting that I'm getting,
right,
I'm going to be able to get literally everybody's signature on this, because at the expo in January, not only is Peter Criss going to be there, but Bruce Kulick, one of the ex-guitar players, is going to be there.
Now, let me interject here. Do you know if, in fact, you have to get, say, Ace's signature before Bruce's, because Ace will say, fuck you, ain't signing that. You got his signature on it already.
No, I don't think there's that animosity. Ace has been talking the last month or so that they need to do one more last hurrah. Okay. So Ace is pretty cool.
All right.
I mean, I don't have any choice. I mean, I'm going to go see, the expo and then Ace and then the boys.
Okay.
So literally saying that again. Thank you, Vocal Crutch. Other than the 2 guitar players that died, or the 1 guitar player that died and the 1 drummer that died,
right?
Vincent, who hasn't been out in public in like 8 years, I'm going to have this thing completely signed. It's really going to be a pinnacle piece.
Except for the people that can or won't, you'll have it.
Right. Right. I mean,
right.
Eric Singer's going to be able to sign it. Tommy Thayer is going to be able to sign it. The 4 original members are going to be able to sign it, and Bruce Kulick.
Right. Mr. Carr?
Not so much.
Not so much.
Mr. Mark St. John, not so much.
Yeah, I even forget he even spent a minute with the band, but
he made 1 album and like 3 live appearances, and then all of a sudden he got some degenerative thing in his hand.
Yeah.
He couldn't play, and it was like fast. It came on like literally. God damn it! Gotta get out of that.
All right, we're gonna have to start the literal drinking game.
Nip that in the bud. It happened overnight. Luckily, Bruce Kulick happened to be there, and so he went on. And then Bruce was the guitar player for quite a while, and then
That's freaking crazy.
Yeah, and then Mark St. John did pass away, I think, a couple years ago or something like that. So, yeah, and even though I'm busting your chops, I'm going to try to be good about this, about documenting the trip, and try to post little things.
Now, listen, I've got some marital advice for you.
Okay, this will be good. This will be good. Coming from the guy with 2 divorces, is going to give me marital advice.
Yeah, but I get laid on the regular, so it's okay.
I do too sometimes.
Well, and I want you to keep that up. What I'm saying is I would not put the 10x6 autographed watercolor, oil painting, whatever, on the bedroom ceiling. I'm thinking that may cut into your play long term. Yeah.
And it's funny that you say something like that, because I got I do have a poster from the Butterfields auction where Kiss themselves auctioned off a ton of their stuff. And I got a nice frame for it. And I was looking around the man cave here. I'm like, I don't know where I'm going to put it. And she's like, well, put it in the bedroom. And I'm like, really? That's not weird? No. So it's on my side of the room that I can see when I go to sleep at night and wake up in the morning.
So what you're telling me is, at 48 years old, you still wake up with the morning wood. Boom.
Hey now.
Thank you, Kiss.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That yeah. And I knew when I hit, pay now, I knew that I was going to get a message, because I need to. Daddy's got to make a little extra money on the side. Luckily, I've got a DJ gig coming up that's going to help a little.
Daddy will be taking his lunch to work for the next 6 months.
Oh, for more reason than just that. Holy God, I need to lose some weight, because in as much as it's funny that I've got the Santa hat photo up there, I don't like the fact that people want me to be Santa now. I'm like, that's starting to be freaking get me
hitting a little too close to the home, is it?
Me in words today, man. Motivation, giving me the motivation to maybe not have so much to eat and maybe exercise a little. That's the thing. The whole exercise, walking to me is so boring. I mean, if I have an activity, that's fine, but like walking is just the worst.
What about go play an 18 and walk?
Oof.
Start with 9.
But you're still walking. I mean,
with purpose.
I'm thinking like maybe going swimming, or I don't know, but I think the walk, and I also think I have an aversion to walking, because like when I was living in Spirit Lake in Minnesota doing that whole thing, my car didn't work all the time, and so I had to walk a lot. Oy. We'll save that one for another later time. We've gone for a good almost hour and a half.
Well, we're Gabby bitches.
So let's
if you were drinking too, we might not never shut this bitch down.
Right. So let's wrap this up. What do you say?
I say let's do it. It's been fun.
You bet. You know what? You ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here. Tip your bartenders, tip your waitresses, stop buying things on eBay. Return your stewardesses to their upright position. Party at 4:05, Burley?
No, 4:08. We never had it. We had that one party at 4:05, but it wasn't very fun.
And as always, make good choices, do good deeds. I am Spike.
I am Drew.
See you next week.
Later.
805 Live with Spike and Drew is copyright 2016. Please read and follow all label directions. The views and opinions of Spike and Drew should not be taken as legal advice. No animals were harmed in the shooting of this documentary. Okay, a couple of gerbils were mildly injured. 29 City, 45 Highway. Your results may vary. Hooters, we'd really like it if you'd sponsor us. Warning, spelling errors in this message are the product of a poor school system. Pay your teachers more than athlete. Does this handkerchief smell like chloroform to you? The product is meant for educational purposes only and resemblance to real persons living or dead is totally coincidental. Void where prohibited. Some assembly required. List each check separately by bank number. Batteries not included. Contents may settle during shipment. Use only as directed. No other warranty expressed or implied. Do not use while operating in a motor vehicle or heavy equipment. Postage will be paid by addressee. Apply only to affected area. For erections lasting more than 4 hours, call a hooker. Maybe too intense for some viewers. For recreational use only. All models over 18 years of age. If condition persists, consult your physician.